Hello guys, Steven here.
Welcome and welcome. This is the GH Audio podcast that I do. I'm James Law Jr. and we are talking GH, of course. And it's been a few weeks since I've done an episode. Many of you guys know why. I've gone through some personal things that have been a little rough. But I am back and I am working through those things. But I want to talk about our show, GH. And actually, this episode is going to be, I'm kind of titling it The State of GH. And we're going to comment, I have a guest, I'm going to introduce in a second. We're going to comment about some stuff that's happened recently. The show's going through a lot of stuff right now. It's going through a lot of change. And so we're going to talk about each of those kind of changes and also when you hear these things, comment below and let me know wherever you find this podcast, comment and let me know how you feel also, which you guys have done before, which has been so wonderful and beautiful. You can find the show on iTunes, Spreaker.com, and our Facebook page, GH Report. My guest is somebody that it makes me smile just hearing his voice. I'm so glad that he is back in the scene again. I haven't talked to him in a long time. You may know him from his appearances on my show, GH Report, and Bold Breakdown. And he's done some other stuff with AfterBuzz TV and Black Hollywood Live. But he is a soap expert, and he is someone I just love dearly, Mr. Walker Ragsdale. Hi, Walker.
Thank you, James. Hey, James.
So we're going to talk some soap stuff in a second, but first, folks out there, I just want to tell you, if you haven't heard, I got to make sure I just reiterate this to everybody out there. Yes, James Lott Jr. has left the soap block. Gee, I know you guys. I know everybody is completely devastated, and I want to say to all the fans out there, thank you so much for the tweets, the messages, the private messages, the DMs, the notes. I do appreciate it so much. I worked very hard. And as Walker knows, watching 5 episodes a week of a show, 5 hours of a show, and then putting it together, taking notes, figuring out what the storylines are, making entertaining on air, looking at the chat room, talking with your co-host. It's a lot of work, isn't it, Walker?
It's a lot. It's a lot of work, and people think it's easy. We're all critics. Even when we watch, even us as soap fans, we watch the shows, and they're putting out 5 episodes a week. They're cranking out so much materials, and we critique, and we think it's easy. It's like, oh well, this should be done, that should be done. But sometimes the nuts and bolts behind the scenes kind of we don't understand, or we don't get to see that. But I will say, for all the fans, you will be missed, and it definitely will not be the same without you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. You guys out there know I love the soaps. I love the genre. I love soaps are American to me. They're as American as apple pie and I hate baseball. Apple pie, baseball, and save your tweets because I don't care if you like baseball because I don't care about all that. I don't care. I hate baseball. I can't do it. But I think it's as American as all that kind of stuff. And I think, many of us were raised on it by our aunties and our grandmas and grandmeres and mamas and nanas and whatever you want to call who they were. We were raised on them. And it's something that, to me, I hold very dear to my heart. And I'll tell you, the last few years have had some things happen in my life. The soaps did help me get through them. And now I get when fans say that. I totally get it now. How that hour of my day, or 2 hours of my day, or 3 hours of my day, it's a good respite from just life in general. So I totally get it. But I will miss all of you guys on that program. But I will be doing this podcast still, and I will still do the GH Mini Spotlight video show on YouTube. So you'll still get to see me and talk to me about GH because I do love the show and I still watch it. But thank you guys for all the support. Okay, so we're going to talk about some topics. I'm going to bring some topics up to Walker, and we're going to just kind of briefly discuss each topic, how we feel about it. And I'm so excited to throw these at you, Walker, because I'm really curious to what you think about some of the recent things that have gone on.
I have lots of opinions.
I know you do. That's what I said. I have to worry about you. I have to pulling teeth coming out of you. It's like, please say something. Please talk.
Yeah, no, that's not going to be.
No, don't worry about that. Okay, so I guess the first thing is one of the latest things that's happened. They let go of Robert Palmer Watkins from General Hospital.
Which is, so for all the guests, I cover soaps. Last night I covered a daytime peer group, an Emmy party, and I spoke with Haley Aaron last night.
I love Haley.
Our Kiki.
Yes.
About what's coming out with Kiki and with Robert leaving, and so she's devastated that he's not going to be there, and she's not sure where that's going to take her character romantically. But I can give this exclusive because no one, I haven't even written about this yet. Look for Kiki to get involved in the art world. So Kiki is going to be branching out into the art business. So looking forward to that this fall.
Okay. Well, she did talk to Franco recently, and they were talking about his arts. And her mom, of course, has the art gallery. So interesting. Yeah. Okay. That's nice to see. See, this is this podcast, you get a little exclusive. You have no idea. And Haley, as you guys know, is a friend of our show. Love Haley. I actually just messaged with her like a couple weeks ago. And she had a birthday and an engagement. She had a good week that week.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. And she's so cute.
But going back to losing Dylan, I think it's I understand, they're trying to free up lots of money, which I'm sure we'll talk about why they're trying to free up money a little bit later. But I think that was the wrong move. I know the fans, the number one reason I see is the Quartermain.
Yes.
It's like, oh, yeah, here's another Quartermain gone. But more often it's like, here's another young actor, male, that's gone off that show. I think Dylan is needed. Rob is a very nice guy. For me personally, Scott Clifton will always be Dylan.
How funny. Okay.
It's just it's one of the things when you grow up watching a show and you just get to a character and I don't feel like Rob actually ever made Dylan his own or really viable in my eyes.
Okay.
But it's a loss. He was popular. The pairing with Kiki, the Killian.
Yes.
That seemed to be really catching on. And also I see fans. Another part, when GH fans, I love you guys, but oof. You guys get angry.
They do get angry. They do.
I saw a whole lot of. I can't believe we're getting. They're continuing to push Nelly or whatever they call Michael.
Yes. Yeah.
And getting rid of Dylan. They should have kept him.
So.
Or if not keep the. If they're going to go in a different direction and maybe bring someone in, maybe a little bit more dynamic, and I think that would be great. But just losing for that younger age group, it's already so lopsided to lose another male who isn't related to half the other single girls in town. Not smart.
My opinion is, actually, Rod Palmwalker is a friend of mine, a friend of our show. He was on our first show on General Hospital, GH Report, our second show. He's our first guest, and he's come back several times. He's been on this podcast too. I had him on here with Reza Dorkin not too long ago. He's a friend of mine. He's a really good guy. I've always felt they never gave him a fair chance because Scott Clifton had a chance to really act. Obviously, he's doing amazing work on Bold and Beautiful right now. He's busy over there. But but he was a Dylan. But this Dylan, I do think, I liked him as Dylan. And I thought it worked. I started to really like him with Kiki and his scenes with Wally Kurth, who's another friend of mine, another friend of the show. I thought building the Quartermains was the poor Quartermains. That's why I'm upset mostly, because it's another Quartermain gone. And it's why do we keep getting rid of Quartermains? I don't understand. They're a viable family with their tentacles and all kinds of stuff, and it could really work. And I was liking this whole kind of all the male Quartermains were kind of together with Olivia now. And Monica, I kind of like that. And so to me, it's a blow just for that. Just for this storyline reason, it's a blow to me. Then it's just dang it. It could have just been something real. Yeah. To me, Rob Hawkins had chemistry even with Brittany Sarpy, who played Valerie. I thought they didn't give him a fair chance. There were a lot of things they didn't give him a chance with, and I think that they didn't really fully flesh out this Dylan this time around. There were just so many opportunities they didn't really do it. But to me, he
No.
was competent. I liked him on the show, and I thought there was a lot of potential.
Yes, I don't, before I get any hate tweets, which
Yeah.
I will respond.
Yes. I love it.
It's not, I don't have any problem with, I think it was the writing. It almost felt like a whole different character.
Yeah.
To me, compared to, when they first brought him on, they had that slight, talking about, the film.
Yeah, the film stuff, yeah.
And then, how he, but that didn't last very long.
No, it didn't.
And then, he went to photographer, and it was almost like a whole different person. It wasn't, it wasn't the same. Even the interactions with Maxie just felt, for character-wise, for those two to have been through so much.
Yeah.
I don't think they gave him a chance to have, to bring that emotional depth to Dylan.
I agree.
That Scott Clifton was able.
Well, I agree. That's what you have no argument there. I agree with you on that. And but again, to me, it's just more of a blow to the Quartermain family. And every writer has a right to write who they want to write for. And also, just want to say, when Walker and I talk, we're not talking about the actors themselves. We're not dissing them. It's all about the character, the storyline, the writing. That's what we're talking about. Unless otherwise indicated. If he decides to talk about an actor, he'll tell you.
But speaking of talking about actors,
yeah.
Okay, you people, to you GA fans on Twitter, do not attack actors.
I know.
Who have nothing to do with who are going to work and get a paycheck.
Exactly.
People attacking Matt Cohen because Robert.
I know.
Please tell me how 1 + 2 = 5.
I know.
Because that logic made no sense to me.
I agree. I totally agree. They were attacking. Oh my god! I mean, Soap Twitter. Let's just go straight to that. This is GH related on some level, but Soap Twitter to me has gone bonkers, and I'm like, wow, they're attacking Camila Banus on Days of Our Lives because she just happened to say how she's getting hate tweets and death tweets because of her storyline, and she's an actress. But you can't whine about that because you're an actress. You should handle it. I'm like, it's ridiculous.
It's so funny, and Camilla was someone I spoke with last night, and I did bring that up to her, and she laughed it off. She's like, I'm not afraid to use the block button. And,
okay.
And that's the classy thing, because I'm glad I'm not someone at that level of success, because I might not just use the block button. I may call you every name but the child of God.
Yeah.
So,
well,
I applaud her for being the classy lady that she is.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm at that level apparently, and so are my co-hosts, and we get attacked all the time for our views. And trust me, I get called fat. My teeth are fucked up. I get called, all kind of names in the book. So, and poor Lucretia, about a month ago, was seriously, this guy tweeted I'm not gonna say his name because I want you so bad. I'm not gonna out him out here, but he was so mad because she didn't like something Sonny did one week that he seriously went on a campaign on Twitter calling her fat, calling her ugly. We just went on for a week. He did it for a week.
Oh my God.
And Lucretia ended up blocking him. And I saw the tweets that he was tagging me in them. And I was just like, okay, you're going to tag me in these as you're insulting but see, I didn't jump in. I didn't answer. I didn't play it. I didn't retweet nothing. But we're saying we get it too. As hosts, because we're on television, because we're on hosts, we get it also. I tell Soap fans all the time.
We all have opinions. Let's just be respectful.
Yes.
But just like Maxine Waters said at Black Girl Boss, you come for me and I'm going to come back for you.
I'm just reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time.
And also, when you're having a conversation on, this is apparently we got to give Twitter etiquette lessons tonight.
Yes.
When you're having a conversation about shows, and you're speaking with another Twitter person, don't be messy and then tag the actor in your discussion.
Right.
That is so messy.
It's so messy.
I mean, y'all, come on.
It's like it is. Yeah, they have no shame, and a lot of people and again, I love my fans. I'll tell you, the ones who are respectful, I love them. But I'm saying the ones who aren't, who demand certain things, they feel entitled to certain things, and they can say whatever they want to any of us in the public eye because they can. It's like, that's still, we're still human beings, and that's still not good.
Now, in my on my personal page, that what I see in my timeline, it seems to be more the Elizabeth fans. Y'all Elizabeth fans, y'all go hard for y'all. I mean, y'all did save her job 2 times.
They sure did.
So I mean, y'all are a feisty crew, but.
Well, I'll tell you something. That brings up 20 years she's been on the show. Just had 20th anniversary. Still as beautiful as she came on the show. I don't know what she's doing because I'm like, I don't know who her person is. Or she has a painting in the attic that's aging. She looks great.
Becky Hurst is a friend of mine. Amazing, sweet. Every positive adjective you can actually that you can use. I think it's a little, GH did a little thing online. I kind of, I wish they did a little something more, gave her a little special.
I agree.
A little something, a little, you could throw in a line or something, Liz, wow, it's been, 20 years since you came in,
yeah.
You came to Port Charles as a little Hellcat, and look at you now. Something simple, someone, could have drew that, especially Bobby. Bobby could have saved. I'm trying to think of who's with this cast, who's there.
Well, yeah.
So, Bobby could have, Bobby could have been at the hospital, nurse, Liz, you're such a great nurse, who could imagine 20 years ago when you came to Port Charles as that little Hellcat and fell in love with my nephew Lucky, just something to give the fans a little,
I agree, and I think she should have had her do, because she is somebody who has carried storylines, all kinds, from the very beginning. I mean, the early years of the rape and everything, she came in, she had some strong storylines. She had a lot of leading men, and I think she completely, I hate Frizz. Frizz fans, I don't care, say what you want to say, I hate Frizz. But she's still carrying that storyline, and she's still doing a good job, and she's still... Go ahead.
She's an actor who shows up, does
the
work, and doesn't cause controversy. And,
nope.
And I respect that, especially in the day that we live in with social media and soap stars, some being a little bit more thirsty than others.
Yes.
But
so,
I happen to be, I love her and Franco. I think her and
okay.
Roger have just, they makes me smile.
Okay.
That's a bright side. But the thing with I sorry to go on something else.
No, please, okay.
The thing I see a lot of like the whole Franco. To me, Roger playing I don't have the Franco issues, because almost like with Rob, I almost say Wilson, because I always say those two, because those 3 middle names.
That's right. Yes.
So for Watkins, like his Dylan felt almost like a new character to me. I feel like Roger's Franco is almost an entirely different character. I don't see, the James Franco, and so when I see Franco, I don't think of like, oh, he's done all these horrible things, so I'm holding it against him. To me, it's like, okay, well, that was a whole different portrayal of him. I can only base him on what he's on, what we see now. And it's almost like, it's like Todd light,
Well, you just said something I was about to say. I don't see Franco, I see Todd Manning light. And so for me, it makes...
Very, very light.
Yes. It makes me want to get my girl Cassie DePaiva back together as Blair, and let's go that direction. Like, I mean, I'm not a Franco fan. I'm a Roger Howarth fan. I love him. I love his acting. I love his style. For me, not a fan of Frizz, not a fan of that. I liked him with Nina. I will say that. I did like him with Nina. I thought him and Michelle Stafford did a great job together. I like him with Kiki. Him and Haley Aaron have their own kind of chemistry. I even like him with Ava a little bit whenever they put them together, because he's an amazing actor. I mean, Roger Howard's just an amazing actor, just period. He oozes acting.
James, you keep setting me up with these segues, because last night I spoke with Cassie DePaiva as well.
And everybody knows she's my friend, and and we love each other, so we have a love fest.
She looks amazing, and she said she's in fantastic.
Yes, I'm gonna clap to that. I'm gonna clap. Yes. Yes.
I
survived cancer.
How impressed I was, like how her face got her through
Well.
She's such an incredible, sweet, and strong woman.
Oh, I know she is. So yeah.
And I mentioned, we had a little talk, a little bit about Days and her returning as
Yes.
Eve.
Yes.
And I said, well, since the Wrights have
Yes.
back, and we've had, a Nora Buchanan
Yes.
thing, I said, could we see Blair? And she kind of just smiled and was coy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think her focus is right now
Eve.
Yeah. Which reunites her with Ron as her head writer.
Yes, exactly.
And we discussed that, look for a more feisty, sexual Eve that we didn't see the first go around.
Yeah.
I said, very, very, a lot to say to Blair, as I should say.
Yeah.
With the end of October for you guys who watch Dave listening to this. Yeah. I'm just dropping all of them. I don't have to do my report. I don't have to write my thing out. I'm just dropping everything out.
I love it. I was like, I totally appreciate it, sir. I totally appreciate it. Mm-hmm. I love it. No, she's one of my favorite people in the world. And as you know, if you watched me and Michelle on GH Report about a month ago, talked about Cassie and how much she and I have this love fest. I just love Cassie so much. Cassie's a down home girl, and she's just real, and she's who she is, and she survived cancer, and I'm just like, seriously, I just love her. My love fest. I think her and Michelle Stafford are like two women that and generally my three women I just love more than life itself. So that's just a whole nother show, as Oprah would say back in the day. It's a whole other show.
I think it would be too complicated now, but if we could just get Roger just as Todd.
I know. I'm there. Mm-hmm. I'm there.
We're gonna. I don't want to keep jumping ahead, just a little tease, but bringing Roger back at Todd could have a bigger impact than this big return that we're getting.
I know.
Having Roger back at Todd Manning, bringing his newspaper, pretty much starting back up where he left off. The Roger, Todd, and Carly chemistry.
I know. I know.
And then you kind of create and see if we can still have that with Liz.
Right.
And then you have a triangle right there. Liz,
I know.
because especially with Carly and Liz's history.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I know. I everything you're writing. I love it. I'm all there. See, again, we could write the stories. We're all there. So yes, I agree with that. Speaking of somebody that I loved, and I'm so heartbroken they wrote her out, Rebecca Budig. I thought her last few weeks on GH were the best of her whole GH time on GH. I know they finally wrote her the way I've been wanting to see her written. Her and Michael Easton, her and Becky Hurst, her and Donnell Turner. Her and Jane Elliott before she left. This was the Hayden I wanted to see, and I felt like they never gave her a full shake. The storyline potentials were endless. We never saw Jeff Weber. Her scenes with her father, Richard Berlin, were so good. I'm just so pissed that they let her go. Pissed.
That was you don't snatch and grab a superstar like that. Not to name check another show. It reminds me of what Days of My Life used to do.
Yeah, oh yeah. Bring on Miss Melissa Archer. Don't use her really well. Bring on Marie Wilson. Don't use her really well. Yes.
Brown. You had Sarah freaking Brown.
I know.
Didn't know what to do.
I know.
It goes to that same thing, and it's so. I love Rebecca Hurst. I love Rebecca Hurst. I do.
Yeah. Yes.
It gets me. I love her. As a person. I'm like what I've realized that I'm one of those. I've been watching soaps long enough that I kind of get set in my ways as well. I understand how you guys feel now because I want it basically Greenlee 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right. Exactly.
That's when Hayden first came in and she was the bitchy and the stuff of her and Nicholas. I absolutely love.
Me too.
Wasn't really a fan of then let's make her sad and thing of just like having the women cry and you know, she's too good for that.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
But I'm a Greenlee person too. I was thinking, where's the Greenlee Smythe? I mean, come on, let's bring her on there. Yes.
You know, I remember very early on. I remember one of Rebecca's first interviews in Digest when they were talking about like her wardrobe, and she like I wanted to see her Greenlee out, you know, wardrobe wise, and she was mentioning she's like, no, she's like, I didn't want to do Greenlee. I didn't want to wear a bunch of dresses all the time. She's like, I love being able to just wear jeans and be casual. But me as a soap fan, like I wanted like diva, bitchy. I wanted the dresses, the heels. Like I wanted it all. I wanted all the fabulousness. But that was a huge thing, and I don't know if, you know, I'm sure people have seen, you know, Frank has said, you know, he wouldn't be surprised if you know, she ends up coming back sometime down the line. I didn't get a chance to talk to him last night, but you know, I would love to pick his brain. But yeah, that was, again, you know, the Rob. I'm sorry to see Rob go. Sweet guy. I don't want to see anyone out of a job. But the Rebecca budding is just like,
I know.
How do you let go someone who, you know, who has carried a show on her back? You know, she could have done wonders.
All right, she's somebody who can do comedy, do drama, do romance. Yeah. I mean, she's a versatile actress, but you need a lot of those sometimes. So, because when you do change storyline directions or put her around the canvas, you can put her anywhere. You can plop her anywhere, and Homegirl can work it out. And that's why I'm saying some of these actors are good in their certain roles, but there's some actors who can do it all. And you're just like, she's one of those. I mean, she was on Guiding Light first. She's been around for a long time. Homegirl's been around for a long time, and that just made me sad. And now we're gonna switch gears really quick because we can talk about that forever. The next thing is, so the state of Nicholas. There's this whole like thing of like, where's Nicholas? Because now, of course, we all know this already because of that famous picture, or was that infamous picture? The infamous picture that Tyler Christopher is on Days of Our Lives.
He's over on Days of Our Lives.
So, you guys, sorry. But then, you know, on our show, JH Report, we've always said Nick Stabile was a great, different kind of Nicholas, but we liked him. I liked him with Ava. I thought they were good together.
He was a passable villain.
Yeah.
He is I'm sure you're a nice guy too, and I wish you all the best in your life. But not as Nicholas Capstein.
Well, see, that's where we just disagree. So our thing is, I mean, we want Tyler Christopher first. I mean, if we get anybody, it should be first. Someone brought in Colton, whatever his name was, who played him for a while. I was like, no, I didn't like him as Christopher. So, as a Nicholas. But I forgot his last name, Colton something. He played Chris. He played.
He's one of he did a Tyler Christopher and changed his name.
Yeah, he changed his name. Yes, he said it several times.
Christopher wasn't always Tyler.
No, he wasn't. Yeah, right. So I don't know what his name was, but he was on there as a replacement for a while. I didn't like him as Nicholas, just like I didn't like Jacob Young as Lucky. You know, he won an Emmy for it. I didn't like him as Lucky.
Or Greg Vaughn.
I didn't mind Greg Vaughn. I just thought they didn't give him a chance. I thought they didn't write him well enough. I mean, Jonathan Jackson is Lucky. I mean, that's just one of the things that he's just Lucky. But I thought Greg Vaughn was I thought he was better than Jacob Young. And Jacob Young, let's just tie this in. He saved all my children. I loved him as J.R. Chandler. He was the bomb. I loved that character. I thought he was so good. I loved it. I mean, he's doing okay work right now on Bold and Beautiful. They're not giving him a chance over there either.
Brad Bell should be ashamed of himself.
Yes, because Jacob Young can act. Hello.
I almost want to make a highlight reel of J.R. Chandler.
Yes.
And send it to Brad and be like, just a reminder of the caliber of an actor you have.
Yes.
You know, during the bullshit storyline.
I agree. I totally agree. But that's another show, of course. That's Bold. That's my other podcast. I'll have you on that. I'll have you on that podcast too. We'll talk about that on that one.
Off the top of your head, can you think of anyone that could be a Nicholas?
That's a great question. Nick, you've done it before. No, that's something that people have asked me, and I was trying to think out there of people who. are around that age range.
That age range,
That's tough.
That age range is very tough to come up with.
Yes. He can't be too old because he's Laura's son. And and Laura's not that old herself. She's like maybe 10 years older than I am. So I'm like, so I was like, he has to be like in his mid-30s. Because he has to be around Liz's age. So they have to be like in their 30s. So I'm trying to figure out.
I'd say like late 30s.
Okay, late 30s. So like who around that? Who's out there right now? I can't even.
It's just there's not that many like, you know, there aren't that many Jessica Hartleys who aren't out there working already.
Right. Well, it's like someone brought up to me Brian Craig. Like I think he's too young. I think.
Who?
Brian Craig. I say he's too young to play Nicholas. Brian Craig's in his 20s. I mean, his character his last character was in his 20s. I say he's too young.
We don't want that. We don't want to bring someone back in a different role. No, we don't need Morgan trying to play Spencer's daddy.
Yeah, so it's like which they've done, of course, on Days of Our Lives. They did it with Roman and with Josh Taylor and for people. So it does happen occasionally, but
I mean, you know what? You know, soaps exec can be very petty, and when they say you got one of my persons, I'm gonna get one of yours. So that now playing Nicholas Cassadine, James Scott.
That would be interesting, actually. He's the age group.
He's the only dynamic person. You know what? We'll just have to deal with, like, you know, Nicholas is European, so he has a little flair of an accent.
Yeah.
Or Nicholas has been, you know, whatever. Because you want to talk about James Scott and Maura West?
Oh, I know.
Come on, people.
Yeah, that's no. I'll give you points on that. No, I'll give you points on that one. I would give you points on that one, and that would be a good one. I mean, yeah, James Scott could be easy. Yeah, okay, I can see that. I can see him being protective of Liz, because they were friends. I can see that him and Becky Hurst having some chemistry, a little bit of chemistry.
Yeah, it's the only. I'm thinking someone who can be a dynamic that can bring. He's, you know, I'm sure there's plenty of people, but just off the top of my head, you know, playing soap, you know, James Scott would be my get. Like, can we get just him? I want to see James Scott and Nicholas Bechtel.
Oh yeah.
Like already right there, I can see a magic.
Yeah. Okay. Well, folk fans out there, what you know, I'm in talks with having Nicholas Bechtel on my TV show and Brooklyn Way Sales on my TV show. You guys know I'm fans of both of those kids, and I'm already in talks with them. So just stay tuned on my social media for that. I think the little Nicholas, he's. I said the other day on the show, I don't even say kid actor anymore. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Like his whole summer run was amazing. He held his own with every single adult.
Yeah, his summer run was
amazing.
About the only highlight of
there. Well, hey. But yes, it's just he was so good. I mean, that's just the bottom line. That him and James Patrick Stewart, their little adversarial. I mean, the way it was like the way, and James was playing it like this is a little kid. He's like a nuisance. Like this kid is a nuisance, but he won't go away. That's how he looked at every scene. It was so good. It was so, and it also fired up some Jeannie Francis. I love, but Jeannie Francis is like not without. You're not gonna be messing with my grandson. Like I love when she becomes the stronger Laura. I loved that.
Speaking of James Patrick Stewart, they're doing him a disservice also in the writing.
Of recent, yes. I think that before I was like, no, it's fine, but no, recently, yes, I will agree with you on that.
This guy, you know, I've been watching soaps enough long enough that he's gonna be Will Cortland for me.
How funny.
I look at him, I just think I see Will Cortland, and it's just like the same. I don't know what happened with Valentine because you know for GH fans, we've been hearing about this. You know, Valentine coming. At one point, this was probably about maybe 10 years now, right before the last round.
Oh, yeah.
It was going to be, speaking from All My Children, Matt Bolt, I don't want to, you know, butcher his last name.
Oh, Berlanti. Yes.
Yes, who played,
what's his name on there, yes.
Haley's Brian Bodini. Boom. He was going to be this, you know, Valentine, this big mystery, who's scary. You know, he was the scariest Cassadine. Helena was terrified. And James, if they had had him, I feel like he could have been that character. But then, I like the interaction with him and Nina. I liked when he first came in, and they, basically the first day she met him, she was like, okay, I'm gonna take you down.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that dynamic. I just somewhere along the line they've mucked him up.
No, I will just say, I'm on a brief thing that I liked him for the most part. I think as of last month or so, yeah, it's just this kind of going in circles with him and Nina and whatever. So that's kind of So I'm kind of agreeing with that one. He's another one. Don't mess him up. He can work. So yeah, so speaking of that. So okay. So but all in all, in the end, I think we both agree Nicholas is needed on the canvas.
Yeah.
He's needed. Okay, got it.
He's needed, but I will say I like that they have been able to. It's just I don't like the way the character Nicholas died. The character Nicholas has such means so much to that show that if we aren't going to get a Nicholas, that ending is just very disappointing.
I agree. So that's the thing. They gotta fix it.
It was just very disappointing if we weren't going to get another Nicholas. I would almost wish that they hadn't even done a Nicholas DeVille thing. I wish they had just left it as the way Tyler exit. Just because
I understand.
It's an iconic character. Nick, him coming back, him coming into Laura's life, at that age when Lulu needs, saving Lulu's life, and the turmoil it did with Luke and Laura, and the Stefan, and we can go on and on because we've been watching. So it's just disappointing.
Yeah, I agree. Briefly, lesbian story. We're bringing back Ashley Jones returns as Parker, and there's a lot of fans who want this story to happen with her and Christina. And it's funny because our take on Jay's report recently was that we found this was a much more mature Christina this time around. See, because it was not her fault Parker's coming back. She had nothing to do with it. It wasn't anything. And we loved Alexis's interaction with her. It's like these two women around the same age, talking about her with her daughter. I loved it. I thought it was just kind of funny. But are we looking for a lesbian storyline? Is it time for a lesbian storyline?
Well, apparently, I mean, if you look on Twitter, and if you look at what's going on the screen, it looks like we're almost headed to a lesbian triangle.
I know.
Now that would be
yes,
something that would be interesting.
Yes.
If they did go that route, and I guess as being a part of of that community, it's great to see that representation. But then also it's hard for me to get invested because we all got invested in Lucas and Brad's romance and what they went through to be together. And then once they got together, we see their wonderful story that plays 5 days a week. Oh wait, I'm sorry, that doesn't happen.
Right.
So it's a different writing regime. But I don't know what to expect from this. Only thing I tell people is just enjoy the ride. Parker, I could take her or leave her, but I like Ashley. I like my Bridget Forrester.
I know you'll say yeah, right, exactly right.
So for me, whenever they bring these soap names in, it always goes back to who they played before.
Yeah, I know.
But if they're going to flesh Parker out and where people can, because I feel like right now people care about the storyline because it's Christina, someone who they love.
Yes.
And because they feel like she deserves to have this storyline.
Yes.
So I don't think it has much to do with actual Parker. I mean, if you're a Parker fan, please tweet me. Well, I'll put my Twitter at the end of the show.
Yeah.
But please, if there's a Parker fan, Parker, not Christina Parker fan, tweet me because I don't think there's that many. But if Lexi Lexi is an amazing actress, and
Yes.
she deserves to shine. And I'm glad that they're giving her something to do. I'm more interested in seeing what's going on if this Christina and Valerie is going to,
I know.
that's more interesting to me than Parker.
I agree.
But the way you do that is you have that budding romance, and then you have Parker as jealous and trying to, soap it up.
Yep. It's funny because, again, the players involved are friends of our shows, and I know that Lexi and Brittany. And it's funny, with Lexi, we had her on Jay's Report maybe like a month ago also. She called in. She couldn't make it, she called in. She won the Emmy last year, and I would tell you she had an amazing speech at the Emmys, which I loved, and she looked beautiful. She is ready to she's ready to go for it. She says she's ready. She is ready. She couldn't tell us anything, of course, because they don't do spoilers, but she's like, you just stay tuned. She's like, I'm ready for this storyline. But you go, girl. And she's just I love Lexi. She's so cute and very nice. So I hope it does work out for her. The last storyline I talk about before we end the show, the last thing, it's the biggest thing that's happening and that happened on soaps in the last year and a half or two. The tale of two Jasons. The one thing that surprised me the most that day that soap Twitter broke the internet was the Liaison fans. Where the fuck did they come from? All of a sudden, it was like, they were all over Twitter like, yes, with Steve Burton coming back, now we can have Liz, and I'm like, wait a minute.
It's because
where did that come from?
They do not want Liz with Franco.
Well, I agree. See, I agree with that. But here's the thing. Here's my question to you, Walker. Here's my thing. Liz, of course, if Steve Burton comes back, it's going to be the end game's going to be Steve Burton and Kelly Monaco Sam. That's going to be the end game. I don't feel like Liaison is going to be Liaison. I think it's going to be Liz. I feel like Billy Miller's his Jason could go back to Liz. I'm almost like it's going to be a weird thing. So we don't know what's going to happen. First of all, we don't know. First of all, we don't know anything. We don't know what's going to happen. But it's all everything's speculation. Everybody's speculating stuff. But my opinion is when I saw the Liaison fans come out in full force, like you said, very strong, I was just that just surprised me. I was like, wow, where did that come from?
Okay, I'm going to say this very carefully.
Say it carefully.
All I'm going to say about this storyline is I hope it's good.
Well, hello, yeah.
I hope the fans enjoy it. There's too much politics and behind-the-scenes shenanigans that I know.
Me too. I know some stuff too. I can't say anything. I swore to secrecy to my sources. I can't say certain things. I know certain things also, but I can't say. So, yeah. So let's just go strictly with storyline purpose. I'm just saying, let's go strictly with that.
That's why I hope the story's wonderful. I don't expect it to be as good as the Tell Two Todd that one I could live in.
I know, it's great. Yeah, I love that one. Yes.
Which is unfortunate because they do have two 1.5 powerhouse actors.
Oh my God, you're so bad. Oh my God.
Well, actually, probably they both are half a point because I don't know what happened.
Oh my God, yeah, Emmy winners. Stop it. Yes.
Emmy winners.
Yes.
Yes. Who hopefully will rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
And will give it the best work. I think the women are going to do amazing. I have all the faith in Laura Wright.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Yes.
Kelly Monaco is killing it in this storyline.
Yes, I agree.
Given her.
I agree.
Becky
will do great.
And she's going to do it. I can only say I pray that the men folk do the same.
The men folk.
That's all I can say.
And it's funny. It's funny because and Leslie Charleston, of course, and her two sons. No, it should be really interesting because we on GH Report loved Billy Miller as Jake Doe. That was our favorite. That was our favorite Jason, so to speak. When he was Jake Doe, when he didn't want to be part of the mob, when he was kind of feeling his Quartermain roots. That's what we liked, and we liked him and Liz together. Actually, we were fine with that. So for me, it's almost like you get a Jason, and you get a Jason, and you get a Jason. Everybody gets a Jason. I'm like kind of like we actually have there's so many possibilities with the storyline. Yet we don't know how they're playing it yet, so we can't. And it's a shame that Helena's really dead because almost like with the Tale of Two Todds, Irene Manning came back, and that was a whole catalyst. So I was wishing there's a Helena was behind this somehow and orchestrating stuff. That would make almost sense. I mean, we have no idea how they're doing this.
We,
I
we,
Go ahead.
we have, I have no intel on this. I usually have intel. I have no intel on the storyline.
Yes. Right. Same here. No, same
Um,
here.
But people are very social media savvy. The stuff that they've been posting with Steve Burton returning, people have noticed that his hair has been in the Jason haircut.
Yes.
And he's been taking pictures in like the Jason wardrobe. So it's good. It has potential to be best. I never felt you like Billy when he was Jake though.
Yeah.
I like Billy Miller when he was acting actually on Woman and Younger Runs. And he just resigned, so he's not going anywhere.
No, he's not going anywhere, folks. No, he's not going anywhere.
Billy is an amazing actor.
Yes, I agree.
I think maybe this will make him act.
Well, I mean, I was going to say some stuff I can't say. I think it's funny because I said this on Jake's Report that it just seems like his scenes of late have just been like I'm walking through them because of the material, and I think to me he has zero chemistry with Maurice Bernard. I think he has zero chemistry with Kelly Monaco. I like him with Laura Wright though. I think Laura Wright can make anybody have chemistry with. I think The Wall can have chemistry with Laura Wright. I mean, that's my favorite actress on the show of all time. She's like her and Sarah Joy Brown, my two favorite actresses on the show. They both play Carly, and so it's no surprise. But I just thought he had zero chemistry with half the people on the show. So it's like, refer him to something else. I'll be happy with that. Steve Burton has chemistry with those aforementioned people, obviously, so it's a natural thing. Sam said the other day, he's never been the same since he came back. So I think they're starting to put the seeds in there.
Well, that's at least it did. And let me say this because I don't fandom can be wild. I love Billy Miller.
Okay.
I go to Billy Miller's bars. I go to his restaurants. I pay money to Billy Miller's place. So I have no personal issue with Billy Miller. The writing for him since he's been on the show has not been there.
I agree.
I don't feel.
I agree.
He was amazing at YNR.
And all my children too. He was Annie's brother.
Yes. Yeah. Even as Richie.
Yep.
And it's sad because I guess I was expecting that same caliber of acting, and there's some actors out here in daytime who can turn a turkey storyline. Into gold.
Yes.
And then there's some that when they're not into it,
yes.
they don't play the best. And that's just and that's no knock on them.
Nope.
Some people. You're doing a lot, You're reading, you're filming 2 or 3 shows a week.
Yeah, you are. You're doing a lot.
You're filming so much dialogue. And sometimes it's just like you can, if you're not, I know when I'm not engaged in work,
right.
and I'm not giving you my 100%.
Yeah, right.
So I don't expect someone else to, be the same.
Here's funny, Walker. I want to give you 2 examples of people who completely give it 1,000% no matter what's given to them. They're on other soaps, but I'm just going to mention briefly for you guys. 2 people I feel like, no matter what they're given, they give it to us. Sharon Case on Young and the Restless. They give her the craziest cuckoo storyline, and she sells it. And Catherine Kelly Lang on Bold and Beautiful. They'll pass her around better than a party tray at a party. And she sells it when I talked to Ron Moss and everything, they said it. She's in it to win it. She sells every storyline. Sharon Case sells every storyline. Like you said, there are a few actors who just do it. They can spin shit out to gold. You're right. There's very few who can do that. And
you turn shit into sugar.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. Yes.
Like to me, like an old school reference is Kim Zimmer.
Oh yeah. Oh Reva. Oh yes.
They put Reva through
clones. A cloning storyline.
She went through storyline.
Yes.
And she played him like she was going for that Oscar.
Okay.
And that's everyone has different acting styles.
Yeah.
Some people need to be more engaged, and some people can do that. I hope this is a storyline where Billy finds it engaging and really
So you guys, we have to end it on that note. That's a perfect ending to the show, of course. Walker Ragsdale, we have to do this again, of course. I'm gonna bring on my BB Rewind podcast. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk some Bold and Beautiful, because I know you have some ideas on that one. Tell the fine folks of Soapdom where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, you Parker fans, please tweet me at I am Walker R. I love to interact with I can talk about soaps all day. You can ask James.
Yes.
We could do another 2 hours.
We could. We easily could.
And still not cover everything.
Exactly. So I have to stop the show at some point, but yes, we could. I am Walker R is his Twitter. Go on there. You talk to him. He'll talk back. Cuss at him. He'll cuss back. So just do it. He'll just he don't give a fuck. He'll do it. Now be nice to me. I'm James Law Jr. You can follow me where all James Law Jr.'s are sold, and that's at James Law Jr. on all social media platforms. GH Report page has this podcast and others on it. So that's on Facebook, GH Reports. This show is on iTunes. It's on Spreaker.com through JLJ Media, which is my company. I will continue doing these. I have some upcoming guests coming on the show that I'm working on, and Walker will be back too at some point too. I love you guys. Yes.
Thank you for having me on. This was a lot of fun. I forgot how much fun it is talking soaps with you, and yes. I can't wait to do it again.
I know you're the best. That's why I just feel like we're kindred spirits when it comes to stuff like this. So we'll do more of this, of course, in the future. And you guys have a great week. GH Report is this Sunday on AfterBuzz TV at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am back on GH Report September 17th. So just keep that in your calendars, and I will talk to you next time.
Tune in, support. Let's get those numbers through the roof for James' last day.
Yes, my last couple of days. So they can make them big. Make them big and bold like I am. That's right. Bye.